The Maker Faire is like a community event for students to get together and share.
They have their own little workshops, so all your creativity and learning skills come all together, and it's really great.
Everybody can learn more about different technologies and everybody can see what's going on in each other's schools.
You all just show your thinking together and it makes one big place where you have lots of fun, and it's one of the best things you can actually go to.
The Maker movement crosses subject boundaries, it crosses age boundaries. It's 24/7, the kids are doing it in their dreams, you know, it's everything that education should be and everything that learning is.
Spheres are basically these small balls, and we're teaching some of the primary school kids here how to program them to move around, go in squares and change colours, and they probably will use programming in later life as technology advances, so this will be very helpful for them.
In a Year 8 science class, we did materials and forces. The project was we had to make 3D printed boats, and then with my boat, the first one I printed off, it was a little one, and the paddle was too small, so it didn't, it just spun out. So I went onto my computer again and I made a bigger one that was in 4 parts, and the paddle was much bigger, so it got through the water faster, and it ended up winning the race at Brouwer.
There are lots of unknowns in makerspaces. And by the way, that's their huge advantage. So you want kids doing something where they go, I wasn't expecting that, you know. But you don't need to start off with a, right class, let me tell you what you need to know now to your stations. You know, go to your stations and come back with what you need to understand. It's an inversion of the traditional model. But that means that what the children learn is always grounded.
We're teaching people how to use the Arduino, which is a microcontroller. It can do anything from robots to home automation. They're learning how to code with the language, which is called C++. They're learning how to compile that onto the Arduino board and how it all works and how to set up simple circuits with the Arduino, which then can evolve into larger things. So it's great to just get heaps more people to get to know microcontrollers and coding, because it's pretty much the future of the world and jobs.
When you talk to the CEOs, when you talk to the people who are driving the innovative companies, knowledge was only 19% of what they were asking for. Number one, we want people who can collaborate. We want people who are constantly trying to challenge the status quo. We want people who are mashing up and hacking our company. And where do they learn to mash up and hack? In those maker spaces.
We're teaching people how to program drones and robots. So basically what we're getting them to do is make a track for those bots that are at least 3 metres long.
There is maths, coding and teamwork.
Something happened, I think, when the phone came out. We stopped appropriating. But suddenly there wasn't the right way to do it. Suddenly there wasn't the right outcome. The schools that are succeeding with it, you know, the kids are building gadgets for the old folks' home. You know, all the boundaries have gone. The walls are softer and lower. Other schools are saying, yeah, we have a maker space, and you know, you'll be doing maker activity. It's on the timetable. You've got an hour and a half because it's a tricky subject, you know. You can't shoehorn it in to all the mistakes of the past. You can use it to understand what the future looks like.
Well, I really liked the use of the programming in the morning, and the Minecraft over there, using the Minecraft to change up and you do things in real life. It's really cool, and I definitely might give it a try.
Some of the things I found interesting was the 3D printing. That was pretty cool. You can squeeze out melted plastic so it makes objects that are 3D. I found science works pretty cool too, making mini roller coasters and seeing if they can go upside down.
Being a workshop leader is one of my bestest things I've ever done. It's a great opportunity to do, and it's just really fun to teach other kids about these robots.
It's a little bit nerve-wracking at the start, very different because you're the student, so people are coming to you for help and all that sort of stuff.
It's just fun to interact with some of the younger kids and learn about how they think.
If you really want to succeed with this, it isn't hard, but it is complex. Trust your students above all else. You know, the young students work with the younger children dream of being the older child and go faster and further than their role models. Really, it's a case of, you know, the wisdom of the craft of teaching and the ingenuity and the audacity of the learners and put them together, you're cooking with gas, or more likely a solar cell.